Hello, it's Dina. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're getting ready for Christmas, and if you're watching it at this time of the year, hope you're feeling good and energized about the days ahead. Today is a series of forgiveness videos, and today we want to forgive ourselves for not being a good cook. So, if you're not a good cook, there's a lot of reasons you might not be, and there's a lot of reasons that might be holding you back from being a good cook, from being a good meal preparation person. And so I want to break down what some of those reasons might be today and how they might be interfering with our processes of moving forward, even if we want to now do more cooking, or maybe we don't want to, but we have to. And so that's the first thing I want to talk about. You need to forgive yourself if cooking is your job. Okay, let's talk about that, because there are a lot of households in which a man will say, okay, I know I'm being sexist here, but let me be honest. A man will say, it's really not your job to cook. I can cook fine. Yeah. The problem is it's not just cooking, is it? It's meal preparation. It's grocery shopping. It is food storage. It is cleaning up after the food has been cooked. It is putting away the leftovers so that they can be eaten and reused ethically again. It's planning those leftovers into a future meal. So it's not just cooking. Cooking is one tiny part of what it means to be a good cook. So if you're feeling that it is your job, like you can't help but do it because no one else is going to do it to your standards, or no one else is going to do it to the degree that you will take care for things. A meal plan. Those of us who work hard to plan meals, we know that you have to balance things. There needs to be a starch, vegetable protein, vegetable fiber, protein. There needs to be a balance of things for the body's nutritional needs to be met. And those people who say, well, I'll just do the cooking today. Well, okay. What do you know about vegetable proteins? How much have you concerned yourself about finding out what really balances in a meal, and how to cook it in the best possible ways? And are you thinking about herbs to add? And are you thinking, there's a lot to do in cooking. So if it's your job, or if you feel it is your job, of course you are going to be resentful sometimes. Of course you are going to feel that the world is on your shoulders, because, dear God, meals never stop. Food preparation never stops. There is a reason it has historically been women's work, because it doesn't get any acknowledgement. Oh, yummy, that was great. Finished. Okay, there's your dirty plate. It doesn't get rewarded. And so if you feel it is your job, be prepared to feel some resentment sometimes, and forgive yourself for that, and then bring yourself out of it and say, you know what? I just want to do this because it's good for myself, it's good for my habits, it's good for my life. You have to take yourself out of the space that you're resenting anything, because you're going to bring negative energy to yourself. You have to be grateful. And you have to find a way to be grateful that you are cooking. You are able to prepare a meal that is substantial and positive and nutritious. And so it needs to shift from being this thing you have to do to being this thing that you know that you need to do to live your best life. And then you put your big panties on and you say, I'm going to do this because it's the right thing to do for my life. Right? So if it's your job, don't be surprised. Allow yourself some forgiveness for the feelings of resentment that you have. Recognize that you're having them so that you can find a way to move past them. Another reason you might not be good at cooking, you might not be good at it. If extended processes are difficult for you, if you find it difficult to maintain a chain of events, if you're a person who likes to do things around a clock, cooking might be very difficult for you because there's a difference between getting a pizza out of a box and reading the instructions that say bake on 400 for 25 minutes. Zip, whoosh, go away. Ding, ding, ding. 25 minutes later, come back, take the pizza out. That's not cooking. That's putting a pizza in the oven and coming back when the bell rings. If you think you're cooking, you're not cooking. That's not cooking. Cooking is an involved process that you have to be present for during the entire event, which means as you're prepping the foods, your mind needs to be thinking about how to cut them up the right way, how to store them the right way, how to add them to the pan in the right time. There's a lot that goes into it. If you are not good at it, you should forgive yourself that you are not good at these advanced processes, that you forget something. My mother was this way. God love her. She passed a couple of years ago. And she could not do this. She could not do this. Her brain could not do this. Okay, my mother once made a cake that used lemon floor polish in it because the lemon floor polish was sitting on the table along with all of the other mess that was on the table, and she thought it was lemon extract. The woman went to Costco. She went to these places to buy in bulk. She saw this big bottle of lemon on the table, and she wasn't even thinking. She added it to the cake. It was lemon floor polish. She was cooking, and the house reeks of lemon. I am surprised to this day it did not catch on fire in the oven. But it did not. The whole house smelled like lemon. We were thinking, why is the house smelling all like lemon? This is just a lemon pound cake. It shouldn't smell it should smell wonderful, but not so lemony. She gets the cake out of the oven. She lets it cool. She turns it upside down, does the thing. It comes out. We are getting ready to cut it. She is getting ready to feed it to my 10-year-old sister. And she realizes she has cooked lemon floor polish into the cake. Okay, this woman should not be cooking. She needs to forgive herself for being a bad cook. She needs to forgive herself, and she needs to never try to make a cake again as long as she lived, which I don't think she did. There are some people who shouldn't be cooking. And if that is your thing, you need to stick to heating up pizzas. You need to stick to getting some things, unless you really have to cook, like I have to cook. Maybe if you really have to cook, you still have to find a way to do it. But be careful. Forgive yourself if it's not your strong point. Forgive yourself when you burn something. Forgive yourself when you forget about something. Forgive yourself when you have to cook something twice. Give yourself enough time. Okay, I don't know. But forgive yourself, because recognize some people have a talent. My sister's an amazing cook, probably because she had to grow up doing it, right? Okay, the third reason you might not want to cook and you might not be a good cook is because it does not bring you joy. Okay, if you're like me and you're constantly having stomach issues, everything gives me some kind of stomach problem. If it has a milk a bacteria in it, it gives me one kind of problem. If it has a gluten bacteria, a gluten molecule in it, it gives me another kind of problem. If it is a vegetable fiber, that means it goes to sugar in my system too quickly. And if I eat too much of it, I can only have 3 grapes, for example. If I have more than 1 grape at a time, I experience severe gastrointestinal problems. Okay, so 1 or 2 grapes is my limit of grapes. It just means that I have to really learn about this, and I have to really take care for this. Food does not bring me joy. And so to a lot of people, they imagine what the wonderful finished product will taste like, and oh, won't that feel good going through my system, and oh, won't that be a wonderful thing. If food does not bring you joy, forgive yourself for being a bad cook. You're doing your job, you're helping other people, you're getting your needs met. You're doing what you need to do to be, you're grown-upping. Yeah. You're adulting. And so take pride in adulting. Okay. So what can you do if you're a bad cook, if you're bad at it, if you hate it, if it's no good, if it doesn't bring you joy? What can you do to get better? Okay. First thing is you break down the processes of cooking a meal. Number 1 is you recognize that meal planning and preparation takes time. Think about grocery shopping as your middle point. You want to have time before you shop to put a meal plan together for all of the days until you shop again. Have a meal plan established for all of the days until you shop again. Now, you shop. Now, as soon as you shop, you bring it home, and now you have a day planned, a time planned, where you prepare the ingredients ahead of time for the meals that you are going to make. That means that you are using restaurant techniques. You are taking your vegetables that you have bought, your fruits that you have bought, your meats that you have bought, and you are cutting them up. You are going ahead and freezing them. You are going ahead and portioning them into the things that you need to make the meals that you already have down on your paper from before. Okay? You're breaking it down. Boom, boom, boom. Take that process. Recognize it's not one process. Cooking is the final result. Well, no, cleaning up the kitchen is the final result. But cooking can't really happen easily until all of your ingredients are prepped, until everything is ready to get started, and until you have a time in mind, this is going to take me so long, how is all of that going to be finished at roughly the same time? Okay, so think about the way that you can continue making your processes, batch prepping ahead of time, thinking about shopping as part of a larger process. Maybe have a little minute, or say you have 15 minutes a day that you use for planning your food. I'm trying to work on a system of 15, 15, 15, or 30, 30, 30. And so anything that I need to do that takes a long time, I'm trying to do 15 minutes at a time, 20 minutes at a time, 30 minutes at a time. And I'm trying to do it 2-3 times a day. So that would really work for cooking, because you have to think about cooking more than one time a day. All right? Hope this helps. I hope it helps all of us. Forgive yourself. Recognize there's some very, very, very logical, valid reasons that you might not be a good cook, you might not like to cook, but you're still needing to do it to take care of yourself or your family. And so forgive yourself, and I hope you have a great week ahead, and let's make some good meals. Hey, give me a picture of your meals. All right? Take care. Thanks. Be free.